Now, Ray, in college, correct me if I'm wrong, 92 or 93-yard punt?
93. Let's get it right now. We're going to do it. Let's get it right now. Don't screw me out of 1 yard, okay?
I knew it was in the 90s. I just couldn't remember exactly.
From where I was standing, it was 125. Now, they only counted 93 of it.
How much was in the air and how much was?
80 was in the air.
Oh, my goodness.
There was another time, you know. Of course, now I had the help from Mother Nature. There was a pretty good wind blowing up high, you know, and so all I was trying to do is get the ball, because I was standing 5 yards in the end zone, and all I wanted to do is catch the ball, get a good punt, and get it at least to the 50-yard line. That's always the goal for me. And there again, I hit it, and I knew I hit it good, and the ball got so high that it got up in the jet stream, I guess, but it leveled. It leveled like this. And it just kept going forever and ever. And Bill Maloof, who was a returner at that time, I was watching him after I punted, and he was backpedaling like they normally do. And then all of a sudden, he just turned around and started running. And then a few seconds later, he just stopped. And the ball went over his head and hit, and then it just took a forward roll. It rolled through the end zones, out of the end zones, up against the cyclone fence they had behind the end zone, and stood up. Now, I wasn't trying to stand it up. It just, you know.
That's unbelievable.
But it just happens.
Yeah.
You know.
And Ray, you obviously transformed the position. You became, you know, a weapon on offense. And, I mean, how did that feel when your coaches, you know, they were game planning, they were setting up situations where you were going to help the offense because, you know, you were going to pin the other team?
Well, the thing that was, the fit was so good, not only from the standpoint of what I could do, but being, you know, last 5 years, 6 years with the Raiders, I was the third string quarterback. So I would go into all the meetings to the, you know, preparing of the game plan for the opponent that coming Sunday. So I knew all the game plan and what the strategy was and what we were going to try to do in certain situations on the field during the course of the game. So I was already involved into the plan, you might want to say, the game plan. Now, on the sideline, depending on where we were, who we were playing, really depended on a lot to what I was going to do with it. So before, on third down and things like this, if we was in bad field position or we got a long way to go for a first down or we didn't make the first down, Tom and the coaches would always, what do you want to do with this? Now, usually the coach, you're thinking the coach will tell you what to do with it.
Right.
But they'd always ask me because they had that much confidence in my ability and what I could do with it, and I could change the field position not only for the offense to get them out of trouble, but yet to put the defense in better position to do a lot more things, and blitzes and man coverage and things like this. So I would always tell them. And what that did for me was it actually boosted my confidence, not only in myself, but in them too, because they trust me.
Yeah.
You know, and my teammates trust me. My cover team trusts me because that them guys got to protect me. Then they got to cover. So I always told them, I said, we're either going to go right with it, out of bounds with it, we're going to hang it here, we're going to do this, or we're going to do that, we're going to do the other. I was trying to make their job a lot easier. I really wanted them to concentrate more on the blocking scheme, but yet have time to cover. Now, my goal was, every punt throughout my career was, every time I went to punt, I wanted to make sure the ball went at least 40 yards, and I wanted it to hang 4 or 5 seconds, because all sports, basically football, is timed on the 40-yard dash, and the average time is 4 or 5. So if I could get it 4 or 5 or a little higher, they still got plenty of time to get down there, because the average player can run a 4 or 5.
Right.
You know, and now they're down to 4-1, 4-2. You know what I'm saying? So it all went hand in hand, and it was a big part of the game plan.
Did you ever shank a punt?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I never saw one. I never saw Shank.
Well, I know my first regular season pro game with Oakland, it was in Oakland, and I think it was against Kansas City. And now we're out at about midfield, close to midfield. So technically, from a standpoint of are they going to block it, well, that was kind of slim and none. Usually they're out there, they play it kind of safe. So I don't know. I think what I did, I was a little bit more nervous on that first game than I was in the preseason game and all that because, you know, first year there, you're the first-round draft choice as a punter of the Oakland Raiders in the National Football League. You got a lot of pressure on you, and especially from the media.
Yeah.
Because they thought Al was crazy anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I might have stepped too far or whatever, and I hit the ball. I thought I hit it good, and it just went off the side of my foot. It went over the Kansas City bench and up into about 4 rows in the stands up. I had good hang time.
Good hang time.
It was only 5 yards, but that's okay.
Good hang time.
So, boy, I didn't even want to go to the sideline. So I went to the sideline, sat way down at the other end, and by the time I felt somebody around me, and I thought it was Coach Madden. But it was George Blanda who was there at that time, you know.
Uh-oh.
And he stood there a while, didn't say anything to me. About a few seconds later, he says, you kind of messed up, didn't you? I said, yeah. He said, let me tell you something. Just be yourself. Just go punt the ball. You have nothing to prove, you know, to anybody because they drafted you number 1. They drafted you for a reason. He said, they got faith in you. You go do it. From then on, it was history.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, we're just getting started, but you have so many obligations today and tomorrow. I unfortunately have to let you go. It's terrible because I would love to talk to you for hours, and maybe someday over the phone we will.
Right.
But Ray, congratulations on a long overdue honor. You are the greatest punter that's ever lived, and you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I appreciate that, and you know, I'm very happy and elated and proud to be a part of this Legends.
Yeah.
Which there's not many of them, but there are a ton of them that are just made such an impact on the game itself throughout the years. Now, just to be honored to have my display right next to them from now on is the greatest thing in my life. You know, there's no more games, no more records, no more championships. It's just immortality forever amongst the greatest, and that's what I like.